So, you have your home on the market and you received a contingent offer. Should you accept it? That's a tricky one. There are so many factors to consider when you receive an offer, and an offer with a contingency brings a lot of confusion. I'm going to give you 5 questions you really need to ask yourself and truly think about when you receive an offer that comes with a contingency when you're selling your home. Welcome back. I'm Cori, your local real estate expert with Monmouth County Dream Homes powered by RE/MAX Central, located right here in Marlboro Township. As a proud Marlboro Township resident and realtor, I like to talk about things on this channel all about real estate, Monmouth County, and of course, Marlboro Township, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. Before we get started, I want to be very clear about what I mean when I say contingent offer. There are a number of contingencies that come into play when we are discussing real estate transactions. They can include inspection contingencies, appraisal contingencies, loan contingencies, and the list goes on and on and on. For the purposes of this video, when I say contingent offer, I am referring to a scenario when a person wants to purchase your home, but they have a home to sell. So they must sell their existing home in order to close the purchase on your home. Now, I'm sure we all know real estate transactions can get pretty messy all on their own. And now we want to go ahead and throw in a contingent offer. We are basically combining 2 real estate transactions together and trying to also keep the timing of them both in sync. As I'm sure you can imagine, this adds even more stress and more complication to your real estate transaction. Now, I'm not saying I'm opposed to buyers making offers with contingencies, and I'm not always opposed to sellers accepting an offer with contingencies. My goal is just to make sure that all parties are entering into a deal with a complete and thorough understanding of the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. Thankfully, here in New Jersey, the National Association of Realtors has put together a document called a Buyer Contingency Addendum. This 2-page document was specifically designed to protect buyers and sellers when a contingent offer is involved. This document provides very clear instructions on how a transaction will or will not proceed depending on the circumstances. If you would like a sample copy of the Buyer Contingency Addendum, stick around till the end of the video. I'll drop a link in the description box below, and you can download a copy so you'll be well prepared if the time comes and you are forced to make a decision, should I or should I not accept an offer with a contingency. I wish I had a direct answer to give you on whether you should or should not accept an offer with a contingency when you're trying to sell your home. But the truth is, there is no clear-cut answer. It depends on so many different factors. Question number 1. What stage is your buyer at in the current sale of their home? You need to know the answer to this right away. Is their home currently even listed for sale? Do they have a lot of interest? Are they already under contract? If so, when is the closing date? Are their buyers already through the inspection period? Are their buyers paying cash or getting a loan? What type of loan are they looking for, and are they already pre-approved? Could these buyers qualify for a loan if they don't sell their current home? Is the buyer's home contingent? If so, that would mean that 3 offers are all linked together and intertwined. Do they want to try to close both transactions on the same day? If the buyer hasn't even put their home on the market, you may need to be a little bit more worried and concerned than if their home is already sold and they're supposed to close in a few weeks. In the end, no one can ultimately predict the future. So you really need to sit down, think about, and even discuss the possibilities if your buyer's sale on their current home falls through. Ideally, you want the buyers to already be through the inspection period on their home and just sitting back and waiting for a smooth closing. No matter what stage the buyers are at with the current sale of their home, you need to understand the process inside and out. You need to have a full understanding of what can go wrong, what could go right, and what all the possible outcomes can be. Just remember, essentially, if you accept this buyer's offer, what you are doing is taking your home off the market for them. You want to be sure that these buyers are worth taking that type of a gamble for. You need to also get all the facts. First things first, have a discussion with the agent bringing you the offer. They may be able to provide a good amount of information. Then, some additional information you will be able to get directly from the buyer contingency addendum. The buyer's contingency addendum requires the buyer to disclose if they have an accepted contract on their current home. If so, they're required to deliver copies of the purchase documents to you along with their offer. Your realtor needs to speak with the agents on both sides of their transaction to get the full picture. Your realtor should also give a quick call to their lender just to see where they are in the process and be sure that everything is running smoothly. Communication is key when it comes to accepting a contingent offer. Always remember, the further along your buyer is in the process of selling their home, the better. Question number 2. How does the real estate market currently look? Are you in a buyer's market, a seller's market, or are you in a balanced market? If you are currently in a buyer's market, you may be a little bit more willing to accept a contingent offer. On the other hand, if you're in a seller's market with limited supply and high demand, you just may be a little less inclined to take your home off the market for a contingent offer. Question number 3. What is the current interest level in your home? I want you to think about how long your house has been on the market, what the showing activity has been like, and what type of feedback have you gotten. As you gather all of this information, it should truly start to paint a better picture for you. If your home is very desirable with a lot of interest, you may not even need to consider a contingent offer at all. However, if you haven't really had a lot of action on your home or the feedback you're getting isn't really that great, you may be more inclined to really consider this offer that comes with a contingency. Question number 4. What does their offer even look like? So we know their offer is contingent upon the sale of their current home, but what else does their offer really look like? Are they making a good offer? Does the closing date work well for you? Are they getting a loan or are they paying cash? Are they pre-approved if obtaining a mortgage? And finally, have they added any terms or conditions that make you feel a little uneasy? And finally, question number 5. What happens if the sale of their home falls through? Here are a few final questions you need to ask yourself as well as your agent. What will happen to you if their sale falls through? Will they be able to get another offer in place quickly? Will you wait for them? Will you put the house back on the market? Will they be able to remove their contingency? Are you in a hurry to move? Are you relying on the proceeds of this sale to buy your next home? And will you be buying your next home contingent on the sale of your current home? When things get a little confusing like this, I often recommend you grab a piece of paper, sit down, make a list of pros and cons, and review that list thoroughly. So there you have it. What do you think? Are you ready to make a tough decision about whether you should or should not accept a contingent offer on the sale of your home? Don't forget to snag your copy of the Buyer's Contingency Addendum so you can review it and be prepared if you need to make this tough decision in the near future. Also, if you want to make sure you're thoroughly prepared for selling your home, you may want to check out my past videos all about tips for getting ready for an appraisal or getting your house ready to sell. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Again, I know I threw a ton of information at you. If you have any other questions or you'd like to sit down and have a conversation, I'd be more than happy to review this entire process with you. Thanks again. I will see you next Monday. Bye-bye.